Figs before the frost. These figs are brown turkey. They've been planted here for 8 or 9 years. You can see they have a good fig set, but they're never going to ripen this year. This year has been abnormally cold and wet, and that's prevented us from getting a ripe crop of figs. There's no trouble with overwintering the plants. The plants will overwinter without any protection in this area, no matter how bad the winters are. But getting ripe figs requires a long, hot growing season, really preferably a long, hot, dry growing season. Some years we get tons of figs, and some years like this one we get none. Although the plants are reasonably attractive, brown turkey is the only one that's ever given me any figs. I do have some other varieties though that we'll take a look at here in a few moments. So this big monster of a fig is Black Mission. It's a hugely vigorous variety, really strong grower, fast grower. The leaves are darker green and more heavily incised than the brown turkey, and it never makes any figs, although it is a really handsome small shrub for tropical looking foliage if you're into that kind of thing, but it definitely never made any figs. Although to be fair, this one's only been in the ground for 2 or 3 seasons, and maybe if we have a good warm hot summer we might get something. This is the third fig variety that I have planted. It's also enormously vigorous. This one is Lattarula. It's been in the ground here for 3 or 4 years. This particular one I actually cut down to about 2 feet from the ground earlier in the season, and it's regrown to be close to 8 feet high. Compared to brown turkey, it has a smaller leaf and a smaller stem, and compared to Black Mission, the leaves are also smaller and not as heavily divided. This one has also never made any figs, although it seems to be a fairly hardy variety, and most years I get most of the growth to overwinter. Sometimes figs will die back to the ground and resprout. They always regrow from the roots, but what you want is for them to regrow from wood, because most of them fruit on old wood. This is one, and Black Mission are ones that fruit on old wood. The brown turkey fruits on new wood, which is why it's more reliable in a cold climate. But this variety and Black Mission both did not die to the ground last year. They retained their wood through the winter, so not sure why we don't have any figs. Just a little aside, if you didn't know, the figs are actually an edible flower. They're not the fruit. The fruit are inside the fig. And this is the completely fried figs from heavy freeze last night. I would guesstimate it was between 18 and 20 degrees out here. Figs were fairly close. Not super close, but this one at least set a nice crop of figs, but they didn't quite make it to full ripening. This is brown turkey, and it's frozen out, done for the year.